Ladies and gentlemen, this is James Durbin, and you are on RockForeverMagazine.com.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I am here right now with the one and only, it's James Durbin.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Very good. You're in Orlando. Have you had a chance to check out the town or anything?
I went for a walk. I went in search of a antique thrift shop that doesn't exist.
Oh, really?
But it was a nice walk. It was definitely a nice walk. There's actually a place down the street that I noticed too. It's called Bart, and it's a bar, arcades, like old school arcade games, and an art gallery.
Oh,
So
that's super
might have
cool.
to check that out. And then there's this it's called Hawker's Asian Street Fair
this is so
restaurant
good.
across the street. Cheap, amazing.
I feel like you might know the city better than I do, just from walking down one street, because I didn't even know two of the three places, so that's pretty
cool.
impressive.
Awesome.
Well, we are going to start with some Finish a Sentence for you. You ready for this?
I think so.
All right. Now, the highlight of your career so far was when...
I got to play a Autism Speaks benefit opening up for Dave Grohl.
Whoa, that's huge.
And I got to bring my wife.
Oh, wow.
That was a big part.
I guess
that made
being
it so
on
special.
tour, I guess it's cool when you get to bring out your family to the shows, because
Yeah.
that must not happen too often,
Not
right?
too often, yeah.
Yeah. And now, you were the most starstruck when you met...
Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Was he terrifying?
it's in the books. It's in the books. It was on Idol.
But was Hulk Hogan as terrifying as he seems, like in person?
I literally had no idea whatsoever. Everyone kept it a real strong secret from me backstage at Idol, and no one could really even look at me with a straight face without smiling, and I knew something was up, but I really just had absolutely no comprehension for what it could be.
Wow, they are good at surprises then, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
Except for the hints, the little
They're
giggling.
also good at not looking at you when you know that you're going to get voted off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So they need to work on that.
And now, if you could bring back any 90s show, it would be...
Doug.
Yes.
Doug.
Can we please make that happen? That was one of my all-time favorites, too.
Well, like the original Doug, the Doug that was all hand-drawn and looked normal. Because like I think the problem with shows and kids' cartoons and everything these days is that it's too much media. And Doug was a regular kid, didn't have a cell phone. He was a goober. He got bullied. He had his core friends. His family was somewhat dysfunctional. He had weird neighbors. And that's like every normal kid has that. He has one band that he absolutely loves, and he follows them, and and he has an imagination. And a lot of shows these days are just lacking showing kids actually having imaginations.
Yeah.
It's like when a kid has an idea on a show these days, they just pull out their phone and look it up.
I know.
And with Doug, he had all his different characters, Quail Man, and I can't remember the others, but yeah, Doug is...
Quail Man was the
Doug
major
is
one.
tops.
No,
Doug is tops.
I totally agree, and I feel like it was like that with a lot of 90s shows, so
Yeah.
we just need to bring them all back.
Hey Arnold, Rugrats,
Yes,
Doug.
exactly. And now, one fun fact fans might not know about you is...
I don't really know if there's anything that fans don't know about me.
Have you pretty much just told them everything by now?
I mean, somehow, one way or another, everyone's pretty much found out just about anything.
You should be concerned about that, then.
It's all on Wikipedia. I've tried to edit the page, and it just... You can't do it.
Oh. Well, is everything true on Wikipedia? That's kind of one thing I'm wondering. Okay, no.
No, that's something you can know about me. Not everything on the internet is true about me.
Okay, well, now we know. And last, finish a sentence for you. Now, your dream tour lineup would be...
See, that one's a hard one. I looked at that question in the back of the bus before I came out here, and that's why it took so long. I'm just like, what would it be? I mean,
I stumped you.
there's so many possibilities. It's like you'd want there to be enough bands on it to where you could sit and watch the whole show before you have to go out or after you've gone out. That's what I love about big lineups, is that there's so much to learn. And when I'm on tour opening for someone, I always watch the show.
Right.
I always watch their show. I was out with Buck Cherry for like two and a half solid months, and I watched their show every single night.
Wow.
I saw the dynamic of how their set changed and how they wrote their set list and how they performed and just different intricacies of what made each different performance different and special.
So I'm thinking, because there's so many options, you just have to go for like a festival lineup. Is that where you're going with this?
It definitely have to be a festival lineup, like Coldplay, Muse, MGMT, The Neighborhood. I don't even know. Willie Nelson would be there, and Aerosmith.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's like Wayne stock. We were just watching Wayne's World 2, and he's like, I'm putting on a festival. He's like, who's going to be there? Aerosmith? And
I mean,
Rick Taylor?
The day that happens, you can count on me to be there.
Cool.
Can we just make that happen? Okay. Lots of things that we need to...
Derp stock.
There we go.
Derp
And
stock.
we have a name already, a catchy one too.
Derp stock.
And now, more on topic with your music here. You have your album Celebrate coming out in April, and I am very excited for that.
Thank you.
And you co-wrote 10 of the songs on this
10 of the
album.
11 tracks that are on the physical record. The other,
Yes.
there's 2 bonus tracks, and I wrote one of those as well.
Oh,
So.
that's awesome. So what kind of topics are we going to hear you sing about? What kind of stuff were you writing about on this one?
Good, positive vibes. I mean, of course, there's stuff that's like argument kind of breakup songs, and then there's the good, make you feel good songs, and I don't know, kind of a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to write some songs for the underdog and the outcast, but I think there's like 2 on the record. One's called You Can't Believe, the other one's called Issues. But then the rest of it mostly sticks with a positive vibe.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of sensing from the album title, Celebrate. I was sensing it was going to be a more positive, uplifting album. And it sounds like all of the topics are going to be pretty relatable, too. You're not going too far out there, right? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, there definitely is some out there kind of stuff. The title or the opening track is called Children Under the Sun, and it's a true story, but no one would ever really understand it. It's kind of like my Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, for me personally.
Mm-hmm. And now your last album came out in 2011, and a lot can change in a few years, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you've grown a lot as an artist as well.
Definitely.
So how was your mindset different when you were working on this album versus your last one?
I think with this record, with Celebrate versus Memories, I definitely had time on my side.
Mm-hmm.
With Memories, I had 2.5 weeks to record all the songs and do all the artwork and get everything out. And now I had about well over a year to write songs and record and everything. So now is kind of time. We're here on tour, just getting our hinges greased and oiled and getting back out there and having fun.
Mm-hmm. And how is your vision different for this album? Did you go in with just like a totally different idea versus what you had for your last album? Was it just different perspective?
It didn't start out that way. At first, I was making another record that was really it was a lot like the first. And then I had a good talk with some good people and decided that I don't know, I didn't want to sing so many angry songs. It just kind of brought me down. And yeah, I mean, I just turned 25. I don't have anything to be angry about. I'm not trying to fight some upper power. I'm not trying to start a revolution. I'm not trying to, I don't know, I'm just more focused on everything that I do have rather than things that I don't have. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I get to do what I love to do for a living, and to bring negativity on top of all that, it's just kind of, it's it's not good. It's bad mojo. So I've definitely focused on having all really good writing sessions, having positive messages, but still being fun and still being trippy and dancey and just, I don't know, just a little bit different. Definitely different than a lot different than my first record.
You know, it's good to hear you're in a good place and you're so happy because, you know, if you do have any fans that are in a dark place, maybe your music can bring out a good side in them and make them happy too, which is awesome because music can do that, you know? And the first single from this album is called Parachute, and that song goes along with the positive theme. It's just about, you know, getting rid of something that might be bringing you down, basically, right? Is what I think I heard you say in another interview. And that is something a lot of people can relate to, but was there an event in your life that inspired those lyrics?
I think it's really just probably having been on a television show and being at a point that when you're on TV, you get everything handed to you on a golden plate. And facials, manicures, pedicures, they do your hair every day. They'll dye it, bleach it, twist it, curl it, weave it, whatever you need. Bleach your teeth, pluck your eyebrows, and 5-star food, and chauffeur, and cars, and clothes, and designer, this and that. And I never came from that. I came from a white trash neighborhood in Santa Cruz. Like, that's not really me. You know, I love music, and I love to write music and to just hang out with my friends and with my family and just have a good time. You know, just kind of like not what Hollywood's definition of a good time is. And I started to not judge my success by others' success. If I feel that I've achieved something, I'm not gonna put it up to Dave Grohl and be like, okay, side-by-side comparison, he's a god and I just, you know, played a great show. So that doesn't make me feel very good. But if I put up like, I just played a kick-ass show and my last show sucked, then I'm stoked. You know, I get to be totally happy and everything was working and everything was going great, and it's just, you know, I think it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do, and I'm still learning and I'm still practicing. But I think that it's a good road to happiness.
I'm not gonna lie though, that TV show experience actually sounds kind of nice. You know, on the occasion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was nice. It was very nice. It was too nice.
Too nice.
Very, 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 very nice. And then, but because all that happens, and then boom, everything's gone. It's not like it slowly goes away, so you have time to adjust. But it's like, here you go. Here's a $6,000 watch, and here's a $10,000 jacket, and here's all this custom stuff, and here's all these brand new clothes and shoes and everything. And then you go, that's all gone.
That is kind of intense how that happens, isn't it? I never thought of that, actually. I never thought of what happens sort of behind the scenes. So it's interesting insight there. And, you know,
I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life and gave me my career.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea that I'm being all like, don't do it. I would do it all over again. The exact same way. I wouldn't change a single thing. All the heartache, all the craziness, all the stress, all the fun, all the friends I made, all of the dreams I achieved, and none of it would have happened had it not been for Idol.
Yeah. Speaking of friends you made, do you still keep in touch with any of the other people that were on the show with you?
Yeah. Before my tour started, we were out in LA. The first show of the tour was at the Viper Room, and before the show, we stopped by Casey's house, Casey Abrams, and had a big jam session, and we were playing blues and jazz and R&B and swing and rock and just a little bit of everything. Busted out the sitar, so it was definitely fun.
That does sound like fun. And now back to your song Parachute. We kind of got a little bit off topic there. But this does showcase a different style for you musically as well. I've always known you as the rock and roll guy. That's why you definitely were on American Idol. And this is a very poppy, kind of sing-along song. What made you want to switch up your style on this one?
I mean, I don't really look at it so much as switching up styles. Yeah, I love rock. Yeah, I'm a rock singer. And pop is short for popular. Look at the Beatles. Look at Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is pop. You can label that. He's very popular. I mean, anything that's popular is considered pop. Metallica could even be considered pop because they're hooky, they're catchy. You know, if you can, Enter Sandman is a pop song. It's very popular. It's catchy. It has a hook. Everyone knows the words, and everyone knows the line and the tag and the guitar part, and they can sing along with the solo and everything. Like, I think I want to hear my songs played on the radio. I really it's how more people can hear my music.
Yeah, that's very true.
They can hear it on tour, but not everyone knows where I'm gonna be or knows that I'm still even singing. I get a lot of people coming up to me, yeah, I loved you on Idol. You still singing? No, I work down at the grocery store down the street. Of course I'm still singing. Come on, be real. Yeah, I mean, I want to be able to drive down the street with my wife, with my son, and our 2 rescue dogs in the car, and listen to the radio, and boom, up comes Parachute, or boom, up comes Celebrate, or up comes Louder Than the Loaded Gun, or Children Under the Sun, or You Can't Believe, or any of these songs. And it's just like, it takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of competition at radio, but I mean, that's where it's at.
I think you can make it happen. And it's interesting coming from you, because I think a lot of people at this point, a lot of, rock stars sort of detest the radio. They think it's like not cool. So I appreciate that you're, embracing it.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel this is a really good time for music in general, and where genres are basically being thrown out the window. I mean, Chris Daughtry just made an amazing record. It's rock, it's pop, it's getting played on the radio, on pop stations. I mean, why not?
Exactly.
There's tons of bands that are doing it, and it sounds good, and it's what's happening right now, and I just want to be heard. But I didn't make a nonsense record just to get played on the radio.
See,
I made a kick-ass record, put my heart, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and a lot of emotion from my life, and a lot of stories that I've kept to myself about my life, and very personal things. Some of them were really great and really trippy and really weird, and other ones were very sad and difficult. But just like tomorrow, you'll overcome it. You'll overcome today, and tomorrow will always come. So
yeah, I guess as long as you're keeping it real, you can be on the radio, and it's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm proud of it. I love it. I mean, I listened to my first record, and I love that I got to make a first record, period. I love that I got to make a second record, and I get to do it right this time.
Exactly. And, you did choose Parachute as the first single from this album. So would you say that this song sort of embodies the overall theme of the album, or the overall vibe of the album?
Yes and no. There's definitely heavier songs than Parachute, like You Can't Believe and Forget It, and You're Not Alone is a pretty good hitting song. And then, there are the very more popular songs. There's a song called Fool for You that's real poppy, and Live Right Now is real poppy. But I love it. I love to play these new songs.
Yeah,
that's probably, it's like, it's hard because more people, people only have my first record, and all I want to play are these new songs. I'm like, I don't even want to play those first record songs. They don't hold up to this new record. They don't match. It's like the quality of songwriting and just knowledge that went into it, and heart and feeling. With the first record, I got to be really a strong part of one song, which is Higher Than Heaven, which is a song that I play in the set. It is an acoustic tour, so I play it stripped down, just myself, and put a different little trippy, vibey spin on it. And pretty much for the most part, the rest of the record, I'm just kind of like, I'm tired of being a beautiful disaster. I don't want to be a disaster. I'm am not a disaster. Nothing in my life is disastrous. Maybe I thought it was at the time of making that record, and I said, oh, it's a culmination of things that happened in my life that at one point I thought were disastrous, but to look at them now and see the beauty and the pain because it makes me who I am today. I'm, no. I don't. Pain doesn't make me who I am today. My accomplishments, my achievements, the things that I have, it has nothing to do with what I don't have. What I don't have is out there. I don't care about it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need it if I don't have it? I have my friends, my family, my music, my art. I have my nest egg. I got it all. Mm-hmm. To me, I got it all.
Yeah, and I know a lot of artists say that their most recent release is the one they relate to the most, and clearly that's what's happening with you now, yeah?
And I can't say that for the next one, but this one, yeah.
At least not yet for the next one. Yeah, we'll see about that. And we do got to talk. I have one more question about your Idol experience. I know that was a huge thing for you, and it did change your life, really. Yeah. And how did it change your perspective of the music industry?
I think before Idol, I didn't really have a perspective on the music industry. I was just focused on playing in bands around town and singing and just trying to get my chops up. I didn't really have too many big time dreams. I had auditioned for Idol once and it didn't work out, and I was pissed, and I was stupid because I didn't really take it seriously, and I wasn't mature enough for it yet. I had no idea how much mental capacity I would need to be able to handle it, and I don't think I had enough when I was on there. Mm-hmm. I feel like I could, if I did it again now, I could really handle it more in my head, but the only way I can do that is because I've already gone through it.
Yeah.
I really didn't know anything about the music industry. Now I do, and I'm involved with it, and I'm involved in my team and decisions and when stuff goes out and why we should do this and when we should do that, and we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. And I definitely suggest for anyone that's interested in getting into the music industry, whether you're going through Idol or The Voice or The X Factor or America's Got Talent or any of the shows, or if you're doing it on your own, you're making shitty demos and you're doing it, the hardcore way, and you don't care about the TV stuff. I mean, just first and foremost, learn and do your research on the music industry, because it's not all glitz and glamour like you may think it is, or like you may have thought it was back in the day. And
unlike the Idol experience.
It's just not. It's not everything it's chalked up to be, or whatever the word is.
Mm-hmm.
But if that doesn't scare you away, and you still know that it's the last thing you ever want to do with your life, the only thing you ever want to do, and to the point where it makes you cringe and it makes you hurt, and it's painful to think of what your life would be like without music, then welcome to the club.
Well, there you go, everybody. And now you are on your acoustic tour right now, and you're getting to meet your fans. They're quite intimate shows as well.
Yeah.
So what has been your most memorable fan experience so far?
So far on this tour?
Yes.
I'd say it probably happened today. I had some fans that showed up to the venue outside the bus. They couldn't come in because I think it's an 18 and up or 21 and up show. And it was great. It's fans that I see all the time posting stuff on Twitter, and they came, and this little girl Sydney and her little sister Cameron and their dad, and it's always nice. Mm-hmm. It's always nice to meet fans like that who, and necessarily can't come in when we have the merch set up and hear the songs. So I sent them off with a couple T-shirts and some other merch stuff, and I mean, whatever I can do to keep people coming back. And next time I'm in town, hopefully it'll be a all ages show, and they can come and they can show everybody and be like, this is what I got. You didn't get this. He gave me this. This is cool.
Very exclusive.
I love being able to make people smile.
Mm-hmm.
That's going back to, like, originally what I wanted to be a musician for was because when I was doing musical theater and I was doing local performances in Santa Cruz with Beatles groups or on stage in musicals, it was always getting to talk to people after the show, after the performance, and sometimes people would come to me in tears, or they would say, you brought me to tears with that performance, or I came here not knowing what to expect, and I'm leaving extremely happy and extremely excited to see where this goes for you. And that's always been really special and really important to me, because if it's not for your fans, what do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
You have empty music. Your fans give you the drive to do it. They're the ones that are supporting you, and they're the ones that are following you and buying your records and buying your CDs and your t-shirts and posters and whatever you have to give. They're there, and they're going to give you their everything, because to you, you are their everything.
And it's so great that you're so good to your fans as well. I saw a lot of tweets coming in when we asked for fan questions, and I mean, they love you. So that's for sure. I can confirm that. And what are your plans for right after this tour? What can we expect from you after this? Aside from the exciting album release.
Yeah, gearing up for the release of Celebrate. It comes out April 8th of this year, 2014. Probably after the tour, I'm going to just go home, relax, sleep in my own bed with my wife and our son and our dogs. And I don't really know after that. Probably do some more touring. Yeah, just some more touring and start figuring out album packaging and other layouts and pictures and thank yous and all the fun stuff that goes into the record, and more merch and music videos and all the fun stuff. More tattoos and yeah.
Lots of exciting stuff then. And anybody who wants to keep up on your Twitter and Facebook, find your music online, where can they go?
DurbinRock.com, @DurbinRock on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/DurbinRock.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. This has been such an awesome interview. And everybody watching, make sure you check out James Durbin. If this interview hasn't gotten you extremely hyped for his album Celebrate, then I don't know what will. April, get ready. And also subscribe for some more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.